So here's a look at another optimization problem. We've got a interesting rectangular container that has a square base, and it's kind of key that that's a square. So if the base is a square, the top's going to be a square as well. And it needs to have a volume of 2,000 cubic centimeters. The thing that's going to make this problem interesting is it costs twice as much per square centimeter for the top and the bottom, so then maybe they have to be made out of a more expensive material to be stronger or something like that. Than it does for these four sides. So we've got to factor that into our problem. So one thing that we know right off the bat is because the base is square, we could say this dimension is x and that dimension is x. We don't have to use x and y there. However, the height of this box, I drew it to be, significantly different, so it would kind of pop on the paper. Is going to be a different number. So the volume of this thing, which is the length times the width times the height, which we could write as x squared y, that must be 2,000 cubic centimeters. So that's going to act as our constraint function. What we have to optimize is the cost on this thing. And it's interesting because they didn't give us specific prices, but all we know is that the cost of the base per square inch or square centimeter is twice as much as what it would be for the sides. So if you think of the sides of this thing, and maybe I could kind of look at the sides as what's shown here in blue, there's going to be four of those things. And so that's maybe where we can start. We're going to say we have four sides, and their dimensions are each x by y. The top and the bottom are those squares. We got one on the bottom and one on the top up here. Those guys are going to be x by x, and there's two of those. So we have two x by x's. Now, the red stuff at the top and the bottom, the cost there is going to be twice as much as the cost is for the sides. So if we're going to start to write this as a cost function, whatever the cost is here, let's say it's literally like $1 per square centimeter, this is going to be twice as much over here. So we could just multiply that by 2. Even though we don't have the specific numbers, it's going to be a 1-to-2 ratio, and that's going to be all we need. So let's clean these two equations up now. We have the cost is 4xy plus 4x squared. And that's what we want to minimize, but we can use our constraint function up here to say that y equals 2,000 over x squared, and then substitute that in here. We've seen this in a couple of other problems, and then we'll be ready to take the derivative. So the cost as a function of x is going to be 4x times 2,000 over x squared plus 4x squared. Simplifying that, we're going to have 8,000. This factor of x will cancel with one of these, and that's going to leave us with 8,000 over x, which I'm going to write as 8,000x to the negative 1 plus 4x squared. And that's a nice clean function that we can use to take the derivative of. So we'll say c prime is negative 8,000 x to the negative 2 plus 8x. And we're going to set that guy equal to 0. Again, realizing that negative 8,000 x to the negative 2 means negative 8,000 over x squared. We add 8x, and we're going to get 0. So if we bring this guy over to the other side, we're going to have 8x equals 8,000 over x squared. Do a little cross multiplying here and bring the x squared up and make that x cubed. Bring the 8 down and get 8,000 over 8, which is 1,000. And that's awfully convenient because solving for that, we get the cube root of 1,000, which is 10. So we've got a dimension for x. It would be nice to know that that is going to represent a minimum cost and not just a place where the cost function levels out. So I'm going to go with c double prime, use the second derivative test. So if we're looking at this guy for c prime, the second derivative would be negative 2 times negative 8,000, which is positive 16,000, x to the negative 3 plus 8, which of course is 16,000 over x cubed plus 8. And I think if you see C double prime evaluated at 10, although we don't know exactly what it is, actually it wouldn't be too hard to figure out. It's clearly going to be greater than 0. You put a positive number in there, it's going to be positive. So that means our function is both concave up, because the second derivative is positive, and has a 0 slope. So that's going to represent a minimum, which is what we were looking for. The only thing we do need to do now is get the dimension for the vertical piece. And we can go back to our original equation where we had a value for y, which was 2,000 over x squared. So we can say that's 2,000 over 10 squared, which is 2,000 over 100. And we can cancel out a couple zeros and get y is going to be 20. So our dimensions are x is 10 and y is 20. And there's our solution. So again, kind of interesting that because the y materials cost twice as much, essentially, or half as much, we're using twice as much of that. That's kind of a way you can think about that problem. Anyway, there's another solution for one of these optimization problems.